I don't know why I am sharing this email marketing course for free. It should have costed thousands of dollars. I don't know, maybe I will remove it from YouTube someday. But anyway, let's see what we are going to learn in this email marketing course. I'm about to share every detail I use to make extra 50% revenue for my e-commerce clients. We're going to start with creating a Klaviyo account and connect it and integrate it with your Shopify store. Then we're going to create a high converting sign up form for your email marketing so that you can bring many people into your email list without paying any price. Then we're going to learn how to segment your email list and customize the campaigns you send to your customers. Then we're going to learn how to create a welcome flow setup and then creating an abandoned cart flow so that you can generate money without even sending campaigns. Then we're going to learn how to create and send email campaigns to your email list. Also, we're going to learn how to create high converting email designs in Figma. You can see all of my high converting email designs. And finally, we're going to use ChatGPT to generate email copies that we can convert to email designs. So stay with me. It's going to be a long tutorial. You're going to learn everything about email marketing so that you can handle all your email marketing efforts by yourself. So let's start with creating a Klaviyo account. I'm going to type klaviyo.com in my browser. Once you're on the website, on the top, click on sign up. Now let's fill out the form. In the email section, you have to make sure that you're entering your business email, not your personal email. For example, if your website is brownshoes.com, you should use your, for example, james@brownshoes.com as email, whatever your personal or work email is. But here, I'm going to use my test Gmail email address. I'm going to choose a random password for here. Then I'm going to enter my company name. I'm going to say Big Bang Flow, which is my email marketing agency. Here you have to enter your website URL. So I'm going to go to my Shopify account and click on online store and copy the URL of my website and paste it here. Then I'm going to use my phone number here, and it says, how will you be using Klaviyo? I'm going to say for my personal business. Now I'm going to click on I'm not robot, and I'm going to click on create account. Great, our Klaviyo account is created. It's asked for our website URL. I'm going to click on continue. Now we have to install the Klaviyo app on our Shopify account. So I'm going to click on install, and again, I'm going to click continue. Now our Klaviyo account is integrated with Shopify. Now let's fill out this address and country form. I'm going to use this address. You can add your city, address, phone number, and zip code. Click continue. Now here you can set your custom sender email domain. For example, as I said, if your email address is james@brownshoes.com, you can enter it here. But I'm going to click on no and hit continue. Here it asks if you want to use Klaviyo account only for SMS, email, or both. I'm going to click email and SMS. Now it just sends a verification email to our inbox. I'm going to find the email and click on verify. So here's the email. I'm going to click on this button. Great, our email is verified. We just have to set up some settings on Klaviyo. Click on turn on website tracking. So it asks us to go to Shopify themes and activate the Klaviyo JavaScript. So I'm going to click on this. It automatically takes us to the themes page on my Shopify. And here, make sure this checkbox is turned on and click on save. Changes saved and Klaviyo integration with Shopify is completed. Let's get back to our Klaviyo account. For the next step, we're going to import our contacts into your Klaviyo account. So Shopify automatically includes the emails of your customers to the Klaviyo account. But if you have any list that you want to upload manually to your Klaviyo account, you can click on import here and select email or SMS and click next. And you're going to choose the list you want to add these contacts and then click next again, and you can upload your contact CSV file. But I'm going to leave this as it is. Let's just keep this simple as possible. Now we have to set up the branded domain for our Klaviyo account, because when we are sending emails to the customers, we got to make sure the emails are going through our main domain address. So I'm going to click on my business name here and then click on settings, and here under account, click on domains. Now click on connect a domain. Now make sure you're choosing your root domain and then click on next. And again, I'm going to click on next, again, click on next. And here I'm going to click on setup manually. Now here, whatever your domain provider is, it might be GoDaddy, Cloudflare, you're going to choose that. and click on next. Here we have to manually add some DNS records to our domain provider. So first make sure you log into your domain provider. For mine is Cloudflare, so I'm going to log into my Cloudflare account. So here in my Cloudflare account, I'm going to choose the domain of mine and here click on DNS records. Now I'm going to scroll down and click on add record. So let me split the screen here and I'm gonna copy every name and value here. We're gonna make sure that the type is set to NS. I'm gonna choose the NS here and copy the name, copy the value and click on save. Great, the first record is added. We're gonna do the same thing and we'll add all the records here. So I'm gonna choose NS, copy the second record and again hit save. And once you're done, you want to click on verify and you will see that your domain is verified. Your domain should say active under status. Great, now we have just connected Shopify to our Klaviyo account. Now let's set up a sign up form. It should be something that obtains customers' email address and phone number. So I'm gonna go back to my Klaviyo account and click on sign up forms. And here, click on create form. I'm gonna choose one of these templates for my sign up form. For example, this one, I'm gonna choose the email list. I'm gonna connect this sign up form to. For example, I'm gonna choose one of these, preview list and create form. Great, our sign up form is created. Now, if we click on desktop version and mobile, we can switch in between. So let's change the header of our sign up form to, for example, do you want 10% off? And let's leave the description as it is and everything looks fine here. I'm gonna go and create another step. I'm gonna click on clone here. Let's call it phone number and click on clone step. Now here, I'm gonna delete this email input and replace it with a phone number input. So in the left-hand side, click on add blocks and drag the phone number in the same place. I'm going to delete this SMS disclosure. We usually don't need to add that unless you're in Europe. And here I'm going to change the headline to almost there. And for the last step, we're going to show the discount code that we are going to offer every person who enters their email. So on the left-hand side, I'm going to click on add blocks and drag and drop the coupon inside. And I'm going to delete this text. Our form is now created. You can see how it looks on mobile by clicking this button here. So everything looks fine. So once you're done, click this drop down and set it to live. And then click on publish changes. So our sign up form is created, but we have to make sure that our coupon is working fine. So if I click here on coupon and on the left hand side, I'm going to click on create unique Shopify coupon. You can also add a static coupon. Let's use a static coupon, that's fine. I'm gonna enter a name for our coupon. Let's say welcome 10 and cool. I'm gonna republish the form. And now if we visit our website, you can see the sign up form is showing up. So I'm gonna add an email and click unlock offer and add an phone number. Now we have the coupon code and customers can copy and paste it in the checkout. Now we have to create welcome flow. We are going to design our emails in Figma to show you how a welcome flow should look like. We can see my design portfolio, for example, here. You can see some of my welcome designs. We can feature the discount in the top and adding the discount code. And here's some more examples. As you can see, we try to keep it simple, adding some elements, some colors to make it eye-catching. So you can just visit figma.com, but you can also install the Figma on your computer. So once you have done that, you're gonna go to Figma and create a page. On the top right corner, you're gonna click create new and you're gonna click on design file. Once your design file is created, you're gonna choose frame, bottom side of the page, and create a new frame. Now we're gonna create a design based on what we can see on this website. For example, let's imagine we're gonna create a welcome flow for this website called Owen. I have downloaded some of their product images, as you can see. I'm gonna choose all of these and just drop them into Figma. So I'm gonna put one of these images in the top. So we'll have to remove the background. I'm gonna choose the image on the bottom of the page. Click on actions. Now we're gonna choose a plugin called Magic Cut to remove the background. So click on plugins and widgets and search for Magic Cut. You can see I have already installed this plugin, but if you click on that, the option for installing the plugin will come up and then you can click on install. Now it gives you a few options to remove the background. The green color we'll choose the product. You're gonna draw the green color on the product and then the red color outside of the product. And once you're done, click on OK. Great. So as you can see, we have the background removed, and I'm gonna drag and drop this product image on top of this frame we just created, and we're gonna announce the 10% discount on the top. So I'm gonna choose the text widget. I'm gonna choose the text tool, and I will write down, here's your 10% off. So by selecting the text in the right side of the page, you can change the style of the text. For example, changing the font. I'm going to choose something strong. And then let's see how it looks with this font. I think this one is better. I'm going to increase the size of the font. Let's adjust these texts here. Let's increase the size for this part of the text. And you can also align the text by clicking this. I'm going to bring it in the middle. Again, I'm going to bring this text in the middle, and I'm going to increase the size again. And if you choose the text and right click on it, you can click on send to back. So text goes behind the image. I'm going to do a few adjustments here and done. So let's change the background for the hero section. I'm going to choose the rectangle tool and just draw a new rectangle. And again, right click on it and click on send to back. Now in the fill section on the right side, you can click this square and choose the color picker and choose the color here. You can also maybe change the text color to white. Looks much better. And changing this part of the text. You can also increase the size. So I think this way it stands out better. Maybe doing a few adjustments here. So we will have a description here. We're gonna create a new text box, and we can write, welcome to our community. Here's your 10% off. I'm gonna do some adjustments here. I'm gonna center align the text, increasing the font size. I think it can be even bigger than that. And then we'll need a button and a box that shows the coupon code. For example, on this one, you can see it has a box that shows the Hello 10, which is the welcome coupon code, and then the button that they will click and go to the website to use the coupon. So let's get back to Figma. I'm gonna create a new rectangle. You can adjust the corners by changing this option. We can add 100 there and changing the color to the background of the hero. And I'm gonna duplicate this by clicking Control or Command D. So it is duplicated. If I drag and drop it down, you can see there are two boxes here. So in this one, I'm going to change the fill opacity to 60 or even 40. It looks better, and add a stroke to it. So it has a stroke with a different color, but we want the same color, and we will want to show the discount code. The discount code was welcome 10. Cool. Gonna adjust it in the middle. Again, I'm gonna hit Control D to duplicate the text and bring it here. Let's call it use discount. I'm gonna change the thickness of the text to bold. Looks cool. Now for the next section, we want to add a product image. This one, I'm going to bring it in the frame, and we want to show some specific about their products. So let's find out what we can say about their products. I'm going to come here to their website. Let's see what we can find. It says no dairy, no gluten, and no soy. So we can screenshot this part. You can just use any screenshot. I'm going to use this tool and take a screenshot, and I'm going to paste it in Figma. So here I'm going to make 3 copies for this. Control D for the first copy. Again, Control D for the second copy. And we can adjust these specifications. You can hold Control and just use your mouse left click and adjust the image. And for the third one, we're going to choose no soy. I'm going to change this to a square. Also for this one. Also here. Great. So what we're gonna do is let me show you some of the design. For example, here you can see the product in the middle, and there are some arrows showing the benefits of the product. We're gonna do something like that. Let's just change the corners here. Again, making it a circle by increasing the corner radius. Great. I'm gonna adjust this here. And we want to make some arrows pointing to these specifications. I'm going to choose the pen tool in the bottom. And we can draw an arrow like this. And I'm going to choose the head of the line. And on the right side, click on Settings under Stroke. And where it says Endpoint, choose Line Arrow. We'll increase the stroke size, and it looks fine, but let's change the stroke color to the main color. Great, it looks much better this way. I'm gonna hit Ctrl D and create some duplicates for this arrow. I'm gonna just adjust this to point out to no diary on the top. Another Ctrl D. And if you hit Shift H, it will vertically flip the image. So I'm going to readjust this one. So here's how it looks like. I'm going to just keep the design simple. We don't want to make crazy graphics here. We don't want to spend too much time here. Great. And we will add another button in the bottom of this product. We're going to call it Shop Now. You can also change the font colors to white. I think that should be better. Yeah, much better. We can also add a testimonial on the bottom of the welcome email. For example, if I go to their website, they have this section which shows some of the testimonials. I'm going to copy this text, and again, duplicating this text we had for description and bring it down here and paste here. So this is a testimonial we have. So we can also add some stars here. I'm gonna use a plugin called Icons 8. So once the plugin is launched, in the search bar, I'm gonna search for star and hit enter. And I'm gonna choose the color to something similar to what they have. Oops. So I'm gonna choose the star and it will just import it here. Great. Now I'm going to adjust the star, and if I click Ctrl D and duplicate it 5 times, we'll have 5 stars. Great. So, and I'll also add the customer's name. I'll duplicate the text, and we can change the thickness to heavy or black for the customer's name. It looks fantastic. So let's keep it just simple as that for the welcome email. Now let's get back to Klaviyo and create the welcome flow there, and then upload our design into the welcome flow. So I'm going to go back to the Klaviyo account. Let's go to the main dashboard. So on the left hand side, I'm going to click on flows. Now here, click on, we can just use some of these pre-built templates. Or for the welcome, we can also click on this button which says create welcome series. So in the email flows, we will have something called trigger. The trigger is something that pulled when customer does a certain action. For example, for the welcome flow, the certain action is entering into a list. So once someone enters into our list through the sign up form we just created, they just pull the trigger for entering into the email list so that the welcome flow will be fired in their inbox. So here we're going to choose the list that we want to connect the trigger to. I'm going to choose the email list and click next. Great. So our first email for our welcome flow is created here. So now we're going to choose who is going to receive the coupon. I'm going to choose all new signups and then click next. Here I'm going to choose use a static coupon code. And the coupon code should be welcome 10. It should be the same as what you just entered in your design, which was welcome 10, 10% off. I'm going to click next. So here it asks if we want to add multiple emails into our welcome flow. For example, if we are sending the first welcome email immediately to the customers, we want to make sure that the second one or the third one is being sent with 1 to 2 days delay for each. For example, here I'm going to choose, for example, 2 days for sending the second welcome email. and hit next. And I'm gonna click continue. Now our welcome flow is getting completed. So here's the welcome flow we just created. The trigger is for everyone adding to the email list. The first email is going out immediately without any delay. And for the sending the second email, which is this one, we have a conditional split, which makes sure that the customer didn't place any order, because in a welcome flow, we only want to send the email to people who didn't purchase yet. So let's just start with editing the first email. I'm gonna choose the first email, scroll down and click edit. Here I'm gonna delete all these sections in this page. We don't want any of these. Let's delete all of these elements. We don't need any of these. Great. Now we only have to drag image and drop it here. Now we can export the design we made for welcome email and upload it here. So let's go back to Figma. I'm going to choose my frame, and on the right side scroll down and click on export. Now I'm going to choose JPG and click export frame. Now I'm going to export it in the same directory, and here you can see the email is exported correctly. Now we have to drag and drop this email into our Klaviyo account. So here, if I drag this email design and drop it here, waiting for upload, and you can see the design is uploaded completely. Great. Now we're gonna make sure that we are linking this image to our website, which is here. So I'm gonna copy my website URL, click copy, and paste the URL here. Now I'm gonna click on exit. You can also change the subject line and preview text here. I will leave it as it is, and make sure you're updating the sender email address to your website domain and click done. So our first email is created. You can also create another email for your welcome flow and do the same thing with the second email. You can click on edit and update the design. But I want to keep this tutorial very short, so let's jump into the abandoned cart flow. So as I just said, every email flow has a trigger, and the trigger for abandoned cart is when someone adds a product to their cart. So now I just pull the trigger for adding to cart. And as most of the people don't order the product after adding to cart, we can retarget these people with sending the abandoned cart flow. So let's get back to the Klaviyo account. I'm gonna go to dashboard, and once you're in flows, click on create flow. Now we're gonna search for abandoned cart. We're gonna make sure the trigger is added to cart, not added to checkout. So I'm gonna choose this one, and then I'm gonna click use template. Now you'll see this crazy setup here. Don't panic, we don't need all of these here. So I'm gonna start deleting these elements here. I'm gonna delete this one and deleting this SMS abandoned cart. Also deleting this conditional split. Great. So here's our first abandoned cart email. I'm gonna click on that and scroll down and click edit. So you can see the default template for abandoned cart. Here it shows the dynamic product that the customer abandoned in their cart, but for the other parts of the email, we want to update the design. So we'll go back to Figma. I'm gonna duplicate this frame to create abandoned cart email. I'm gonna delete this product image. For the title, we don't want to offer discount for the first abandoned cart. We just want to say, oops, you missed something, or sorry, you left something, and adjusting the text. And I have downloaded this cart image. You can use websites like FreePic for downloading this kind of images. For example, if I search for abandoned cart, it will show me some cart images that I can download. You can see some options here to use. For example, maybe this one could work for your case, or maybe this one. All of these might be usable, but let's just add this cart image here. We can create something like this, and we want the dynamic section to be maybe in the middle. I'm gonna readjust these elements. I'm gonna do this welcome code, and for here we can say get back to your cart, and here for the button we can say get back to cart, and I'm gonna bring the button to the bottom, and we want to keep the same design here. We don't want to do anything crazy. We just want to make this tutorial very short, but in the future, I will make a full email design course. So make sure you subscribe to my channel. And in the middle here, we can show the dynamic section. So what we're going to do is that we have to slice this email into two parts. I'm going to use the slice tool and just draw the slice, one for the top part, and hit Ctrl D and create another slice for the bottom side. So in the left hand side, choose both slides. You can hold Ctrl and select both. And on the right side, click on export, choose JPG and export layers. Cool, we have our slides here. I'm gonna go back to my Klaviyo account. So I'm gonna delete all of these elements. We don't need any of these. Let's delete this one and this one. Let's keep the bottom here, and I will need to add an image in the top, which should be our hero part, this one. And I will need another image. Just drag and drop it in the bottom of the dynamic section and add the other slice to this part. Cool. Now we have to copy the link, this button. If I come to link address, I can just copy this and then we can delete it. And we want to make sure that both of these slices are linked to the customer's cart. Great. So whoever received this email, if they click on any of these sections, any of these buttons, they will be redirected to their cart on our website. Great. Let's get back to our main setup for abandoned cart. And before that, you can also update the subject line. I'll keep it as it is and click done. Cool. Here's our first abandoned cart email. And if you want to add another abandoned cart, in the left-hand side, you can choose time delay. And for example, we can send the second email for abandoned cart, maybe 2 days. And then you can duplicate the first email and add it after the delay. Again, you can click on edit and update the design for the second abandoned cart. You can add more testimonials. You can show some social proof, some content that addresses the objections of your customers, but we're gonna leave it as it is, and I'm gonna click on review and turn on. Make sure the status is set to live and click save. Now we're going to create an email campaign. The difference between email campaigns and email flows is that we only send campaigns manually to our current email list. For example, we can have multiple segments and email list. For example, the segment of people who have been active on a website in the last 30 days, and we send a campaign, for example, the Black Friday campaign to them. But the way that flows work is that it is based on an action. For example, someone signs up in the email form on a website and they will receive a welcome flow. So I'm going to click on campaigns on the left hand side of my Klaviyo account, and I'm going to click on create campaign. Let's create Black Friday and choose email and click continue. Now here we can choose the segment of people we want to send this email to. So before going forward in this email campaign, we're going to create a segment of people who have been active on our website in the last 90 days. So I'm going to click exit and let's go to list and segments under audience. I'm going to click on create new segment. Now I'm going to call it last 90 days active customers. So first we're going to make sure that they can receive email marketing, if someone can or cannot receive email marketing, and then we're going to add a condition and choose and then we're going to click on if someone has done, and here select active on site at least once in the last 90 days. And we're gonna add another condition. I'm gonna choose or here. So we're gonna filter people who have been active on our site in the last 90 days, or the people who opened an email we sent to them in the last 90 days. So here I'm gonna choose if someone has done. I'm gonna search for opened email at least once in the last 90 days. And then we're gonna click on create segments. It might get up to 1 minute to create the segment, and then we'll be good to go for creating the campaign design. Great, our segment is now created, and you can see that there are about 2,000 people included in this segment. So now we're gonna go back to campaigns and click create campaign. And again, I'm gonna call it Black Friday and click continue. Now here we'll search for the segment we just created. last 90 days active customers. You can also use this option to exclude some people. For example, you can create a segment of people who have purchased in the last 2 weeks and exclude them by selecting them here. I have created a tutorial in my channel that I explain how to create those kind of segments. So let's click on next. We can choose a subject line for it. For example, Black Friday is here. Don't miss out the offer. And here I'm gonna click on create. We're gonna create a new design for our Black Friday campaign. Cool. Let's get back to Figma and create this campaign. So I'm gonna duplicate this welcome flow we've just created, and I'm gonna update some of these elements. For example, here I will say Black Friday offer, and we can change the background color to black, and then we can change this, for example, to 40% and center align this text. And we can choose a code, for example, Black Friday 40, use discount. We can also update these elements colors. We can update the description. This Black Friday get 40% off site-wide. I'm gonna use this image I've downloaded from their website. I'm gonna drag and drop it in Figma. We can add this in the bottom. We can fade the transition between images by adding a gradient. I'm gonna choose the white color. And this way we'll have more smooth transition. Great. Now let's slice out this Black Friday campaign again using slice. You know what? We can export the whole email. So I'm going to choose the frame and click export group, same directory. I'm going to call it Black Friday. Now I'm going to upload this email to our Klaviyo account. I'm going to delete all of these elements. Also delete this one. We're just going to bring in an image and upload our design. Great, so the campaign is ready. We just have to apply the discount in our Shopify account. So I'm going to go back to Shopify. In the left-hand side, click on discount and click create discount. You can also click this button here. It says amount of products. I'm going to choose that one, and we're going to use the same code we've just added to the design. I'm going to copy that and paste it here. So it says discount code, percentage 40% off to a specific collection. You can also choose automatic discount. You can call it Black Friday automatic 40%. And this way, the discount will be applied to all products without needing any discount code. But let's choose the first option, and you can also add an end date to your discount, and then you can save discount. Then we'll click save discount. So the discount is created, we're all good. Let's get back to Klaviyo account. The design is ready. Make sure you add the link to your website. I'm going to copy this link and paste it here. Now I'm going to click next. Make sure you have written the subject line. And then I'm going to click next. And now we can schedule or send the campaign immediately. So great. Now I think we've covered almost everything. The only part that is remaining is using ChatGPT to write copies for us so that we can turn those copies into designs. So I will just add this command in this video's description so that you can just copy and paste it in ChatGPT. So in this copy, you should only update this part, which says 4x. You can update this with your website's URL. For example, I'm going to use Owen's URL. I'm going to copy that and paste this here, hit OK, and it will ask you a few questions about the target audience. What's the goal of the email? You can just answer it by saying, for the first one, people who exercise, and then answer the second one with what's the goal? It's for Black Friday with 40% off. And for the third one, are there any brand voice on? I would say no, but you can tell about your brand voice. Do you want me to include personalization option? You can say yes or no, so that, for example, you can add the option of using the recipient's name on the title or the copy. I'm going to say no. Are there specific brand colors forms? And then I will say no. But you can answer these if you think this can help to improve your copy. And I'm going to hit OK. So as you can see, it gives the copy for the email designs. It starts with hero. The hero section of an email is the part in the top. This is hero, this is hero, this is hero. So it has the hero section. It suggests you the design you can implement in the hero side, and also gives you a headline. You can copy this and paste it there. For example, if I can copy this and use it here, it gave me better option for the headline for the hero. It's giving some suggestions for the design, gives you the option to add a CTA. The CTA is actually the call to action button. For example, I could have done it this way, adding a call to action, which increases the conversion of the email, adding a call to action in the hero side. For example, let's say shop now. This is CTA. And actually, it's giving a few options for the hero, and you can choose any of these you want. For example, for the first one, it has a bold and energetic theme. For the second one, it has a short and punchy theme, and even the third option. And for the body part, which is everything below the hero, it gives you a few options for using the icons. For example, you can update these icons with these options. Again, the CTA, get 40% off. You could have used it this way for the Black Friday. This way, you can use these copies here. For example, I can delete these and add it this way. And also the footer of the email. Great. I think we've just covered everything about email marketing, but I will create a longer video, maybe a few hours of tutorial explaining email marketing, how to implement everything completely to help you guys manage the email marketing of your website by yourself. You can also visit my website, bigbangflow.com, and you can submit a form for a free email marketing audit if you want to work with me.